Hey, do you have a glue stick I can borrow? Lipstick?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be Makeup School Supplies Part 3 because you guys have been loving that series so much. I'm honestly slowly running out of ideas, so I don't know if a Part 4 is going to happen, but I'll try my best if you request it. So don't forget to vote again for this week's video just by clicking at the top right corner, the little I, and just simply vote. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering who won the Kylie Jenner lip kit in Leo that I was giving away last week. So drumroll please, the proud winner is... Congratulations! You are the winner of the Kylie Jenner Leo lip kit. I will contact you as soon as possible and have it shipped directly to your house. So if you didn't win this time, don't worry, just enter again this week. So this week I'm going to be giving away the birthday edition Kylie Cream Shadow in rose gold. So the only rule to enter is you have to be subscribed to my channel, and if you want some additional entries, so more chances to win, you can follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Everything is linked in the description box below. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing I will be showing you is this little miniature tape dispenser inside of an EOS lip balm. So obviously you will need an old EOS lip balm, as well as a little tiny tape dispenser here that I got in like a little kit with like a bunch of miniature school supplies. So the first thing you will need to do is you will have to cut out a part of the grid inside of the EOS lip balm. So it's pretty hard to explain, but I'm sure you will understand as soon as you're watching the video part. So essentially you're going to try to remove like one of these half moons here, and then you're going to repeat that step on the other side until you only have like this one little peg thingy across the EOS lip balm. After that, you are going to cut open one of those sides again. Then you're just carefully going to bend up that peg thing and slide on the little tape piece, and then securing the little peg piece back in place with a little bit of super glue. Now you will need the original tape dispenser, and I just carefully like snapped off the little ends like this so that you just have that little cutting piece, which we will be placing into the EOS lip balm. So I started off by taking some super glue and trying to glue it in place. And honestly, it didn't hold too well, so I ended up filling up that little gap between the EOS lip balm and the little cutter thingy with some more hot glue. And then you are essentially done with your little tape dispenser that's inside of an EOS lip balm. It's honestly not the most practical thing because the tape roll doesn't roll very nicely, and as you can see, it doesn't always cut perfectly either, but it's still a really cute idea. Now I will show you how to make these little miniature paint tubes that actually look like little makeup samples. So I'm sure a bunch of you guys have these little tiny makeup sample tubes lying around at home, or if you don't, I'm sure you could go to Sephora or something and like ask if they have any samples that they're allowed to give out, and then you can just use those. So I started off by cutting open the hole with my X-Acto knife a little bit bigger because most of the time it's really tiny and the acrylic paint is much thicker than the cream that was inside. So I recommend doing that if it's a tiny hole. And then I just filled a little cup here with some acrylic paint. And then I took my empty little sample and squished out all the air, held the nozzle into the paint, and then waited for it to fill up a bit. You do have to repeat this a couple of times because most of the times there will be like little air bubbles there and it'll fill with air too, so kind of just repeat it until the whole thing is filled up, and then you can just squirt out paint and just like start painting away. Another option is to just buy little paint tubes that are already filled with acrylic paint and then just tape on a little logo of some kind of a makeup brand or a little sample or something, and that works just as well. So the next thing I'm showing you is this Beauty Blender stapler. I really want to do something with a stapler, so this is the best thing I could come up with. I know it's not really the coolest thing, but why not try it out? So you're basically going to need a little miniature stapler as well as a beauty blender, and please don't use an original beauty blender because those can get really expensive, but I'm sure at the dollar store or any like drugstore or something, they should have like little sponges like this that you could pick up for a couple of dollars. And then I just started to cut the bottom part of it with my X-Acto knife, and then I just picked out the rest with my fingers until I had a nicely hollowed out beauty blender like you can see here. And then I just kind of stuffed in the stapler and kind of pulled the beauty blender around it, and then you are done. That's it. You have your beauty blender stapler. Now I'm going to show you how you can recycle these little like sample baggies and turn them into a pencil case. So if you have little samples like this, use them up and clean them out as good as you can, and then just trim around all the edges to remove all the like sealed edges. That way you should be left with like a front piece and a back piece like this. And then I just repeated this step with a bunch of little sample baggies that I had. Most of the time these little samples come in like a little cardboard packaging that has an image of like the product on there, so you can cut those out as well and also use those. To start with the actual pencil case, you will need some clear tape. Then lay down a piece with the sticky side facing upwards like this, and then lay another piece slightly overlapping, also with the sticky side facing upward. Then just repeat this step until you have a large piece that is like sticky. And you're just going to do it in the width that you want your pencil case to be. Then start off by laying down the tiniest images or sample pieces, and then the medium ones, and then the large ones for like the background. Then you can add some more tape to the back on top of the little sample backings like this, so that way everything is nicely secured. Now you should have something that kind of looks like a collage like this, and then you can just trim off the edges with your scissors to make sure they look really nice and neat. Now you can take your piece and fold it in half. Take another piece of tape and layer half of it on one side, and then flap over the tape to the other side. So that way that side is like sealed together sort of, and then just cut off the edges of the tape. If you repeat that on the other side, you should have a nice little bag like this. Then cut open the sides as I'm showing you here, and fold over one part that you don't like that much, and then just cut off that piece. Now you should have a little pouch with a fold like this. And this is completely optional, but I trimmed down my corners to make them look a little bit more round, so that way it looks neater. Then take a piece of Velcro and add on some super glue and glue that on to the top flap piece. Then add on the other piece of Velcro, add more super glue to that back, and then fold over the flap and press down the Velcro and wait a couple of seconds until it is nicely secured in place. Once that has dried, you can just open it up, and then you are done with your makeup sample pencil case. So the last thing I'm showing you in this video today are these makeup remover wipes that are actually Post-it notes. So if you want to learn how to make this, then just keep on watching. First of all, you will need this makeup remover bag, and it's important that it has like a plastic flap that seals correctly like this. I'm just using the Yes to Cucumber ones, but you can basically use whatever you have lying around at home. And then we're going to be shortening this. So trim off one of the edges like this, and then just seal it up again with a piece of tape. Once you've done that, you can just repeat the same step again on the other side. So we're basically making a tiny version of the little makeup remover bag. Then you can take an X-Acto knife and start cutting open the opening a little bit more, but be really careful that you don't cut the bottom layer as well. Then you can just take a little Post-it note pad and add it into your makeup remover bag. So whenever you're taking a Post-it note, it looks like you're actually taking out a makeup remover, but it's actually a Post-it note. So that was the video for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to vote for next week's video and enter the giveaway. So I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in my next video. Goodbye!